All right, so there's a really big and exciting project that's coming up. We're going to be building an NFT marketplace where we can mint, list, and sell non fungible tokens on the internet computer. If you don't know what NFTs are, this is a really simple explanation. They're called non fungible tokens because one NFT is unique and can't be exchanged for another. For example, if you have a $100 bill and it doesn't matter what markings you've got on it, or if it's scratched up, or if it's a little bit wrinkled, it is exchangeable for another $100 bill. It's completely identical in the eyes of anyone who holds it or the bank. For example, the other day I was traveling in Costa Rica and I had a 10,000 Costa Rican colones bill, which got caught onto my jumper. And when I tried to tug on it, it just ripped in half, which was really sad because it's actually worth quite a lot. So I was thinking, is this the end of my 10,000 colone bill? Well, actually, I could just go into the bank, give them my two pieces, and once they verified that it was not some sort of counterfeit that I produced, they gave me a new 10,000 colone bill. So they're completely identical to each other. Now, the concept of an NFT is, well, okay, we've created all these tokens, right? We've created the Ethereum token, we've created Bitcoin. Well, you've created the Dang token or whatever it is you've called it, your own custom token, but they're all interchangeable. What if instead we created tokens on the blockchain that were unique? So they had unique identifiers, they had unique features, and here we have these files, most commonly images, that artists have created, which are completely unique. So if you went into the Louvre and you saw the Mona Lisa, there is only one Mona Lisa. It doesn't matter how good a replica. You could completely, clone all the atoms and all the molecules in the Mona Lisa and create another one. It still won't be the original Mona Lisa, and you won't be able to sell it as the famous Mona Lisa, right? So I think you get my point. And recently, the NFT craze has hotted up and has completely gone out of control. The most recent sort of mainstream news is Christie's, which is a famous auctioneer selling pieces by Picasso or by Leonardo da Vinci, sold a collection by Beeple, who is an NFT creator. And he had a collection called Everydays, where he created a piece of digital art every day for 5,000 days, which is actually a pretty impressive achievement. And this collection was auctioned at Christie's and was sold for over 69 million US dollars. So the NFT craze is definitely real. Now, you might have thought about creating an NFT yourself, especially if you're a good artist. But as developers, we can do even one step better. We can create the marketplace where people can mint, list, and sell their NFTs. One of the most famous marketplaces, one of the largest marketplaces as well, is something called OpenSea. And on OpenSea, you can list and you can sell NFTs. And you can see that the NFTs on here are not cheap. So if you're looking at a collection, for example, a really famous group called the Bored Ape Yacht Club have 10,000 items on OpenSea. And if you look at the prices for them with that people are bidding on, they're sort of averaging around the sort of 100 ETH mark, right? Now, if we take a look at how much 100 ETH is actually worth in dollars, at least at the moment, it's worth something like 335,000 US dollars. And that's just a single one of these pieces of digital art. So that's not even like a collection or anything. And for every single piece of art that's sold on OpenSea, the platform will charge a 2.5% transaction fee. So as always, if you're not Bored Ape Yacht Club and you're already super famous, it's always better to be the platform than to be the individual creator. The project that we're going to be building is a NFT e-commerce site that's inspired by OpenSea. It can be built with React on the front end, Motoko and Internet Computer supporting the back end. And the best part of it is while most current NFTs are sold and bought for large amounts of money, when you actually look at the actual item, most of the original files are actually stored on a third-party server. So let's take this NFT, for example, number 5465. If you take a look at its details on OpenSea, it's actually got a contract address, which if you click on it will take you to Etherscan. And here you can actually take a look and read the original contract, which includes a link to the token URI. So we pass in that ID 5465. It'll show us the identifier for this item on IPFS. IPFS stores a lot of the NFTs that are currently in circulation, and we get hold of the actual URL of this item by simply going to it in the browser bar, like so. And here it is. This is the actual hosted URL of this original NFT, which anyone can access, by the way. You don't have to own it, and you can access it in its original size, original format. But when we're creating our version of OpenSea, all the NFTs minted on there will be created on the Internet Computer blockchain. And that means that the NFT data, as in the actual bits and bytes themselves, will be stored on chain. And that's quite different from just having a smart contract with a URL that points to IPFS, or worse still, a single company's private server. Now, the website and collection that we're going to be creating is inspired by one of the original NFTs, which is called the CryptoPunks. And they're these really cute little pieces of pixel art where each CryptoPunk has some unique features. For example, some have hats, some have these cool 3D glasses, and depending on which feature you like or you want, then the price really varies accordingly. And you can see that some of these were sold for really crazy prices. Like this one here, this guy with blue eyeshadow was sold for a whopping 124,000 ETH, which if you want to know how much that is, it's something crazy. Like, I don't even know how many zeros there are here. That's currently worth like $415 million, which is absolutely insane. So to save you from having to spend millions of dollars acquiring these pieces of art to be able to build your own NFT marketplace, I have very helpfully created some for you. So using a website called pixelart.com, I've created some of these pixel characters inspired by the original CryptoPunks. This is what they look like. I've got a collection of 6, which you'll be able to download in the course resources in the Udemy course once we get to that stage. So I drew these from scratch, and they're obviously not as great as, a real artist or whatever, but I think they're kind of cute. And I think for our purposes, they'll work just fine. The final website that we're going to be making, the OpenD, is going to have a lot of features. This is actually quite a big project. So we've simplified down a lot of the OpenSea features, and we've pared it down to just the core functionality that we need to wrap our head around. There is a section where we can view the NFTs that the logged in user owns. And the user can sell these NFTs by clicking on sell and then setting a price in DANG, the D'Angelo coin, which anyone can claim from the previous project that we created. And once these items are sold, then you'll be able to see them on the Discover page where they're listed for people to buy. Now, you obviously can't buy an item that you've listed, but you can buy items that other people own that they've listed. On this Discover page, you'll be able to pay in D'Angelo coins. So this one costs 2 DANG, and you'll be able to purchase these individual NFTs, which you'll then see in your collection. Now, you'll also be able to mint NFTs on here. And this will create a unique canister on the Internet Computer blockchain that contains all of the data for your image file that you've just minted. And once they're minted, you'll be able to see them in your collection as well, ready for sale, or just simply for you to keep and to hold. So I'm super excited about this project. It took me a really, really long time to figure out all the nuts and bolts of it and to simplify it to a point where we can build it relatively quickly and learn all the important stuff around NFTs, programmatically creating canisters, buying and selling NFTs through the transfer of a third party token, such as the D'Angelo coin that we created earlier on, and managing all of the e commerce requirements of this website. So it's a really fun project, and I'm so excited to get started. Once you're ready, head over to the next lesson and we'll get started building up this project.